Hi, roofers and contractors. Are you tired of not knowing how much profit you're making per month? And then you look at your bank account at the end of the month and you think you've done so well, and then you hardly have any money left in there. So today in this video, I want to help you with that. And so we're going to take a look at where we get our call in from a client, our estimate, and how we're calculating everything. And what we want to do is make sure that we have all our costs per job in calculation of all our numbers. You may be doing it on AccuLinks, job numbers, might be just doing it on a notebook. That's what we're going to cover today in this video. My name is Helen. Grow their business, increase their profits, and making the most on every job. I owned a roofing company for over 20 years. I'm taking all of my experience and knowledge from running the office to customers' houses, paying bills, paying employees, paying contractors, insurance, audits, and all of that good stuff that we do in the roofing business. I help roofing contractors are making millions of dollars. My goal here is to help 500 roofers in 2025 get clarity with their numbers and increase their profits, get them at 10% net profit. I am going to show you exactly how to get it done, and stick around to the end because I'll give you the solution. And in our next video, we'll start diving into cost overhead expenses. Well, here we go. You will see how you can make money on every job. Many roofers and contractors think that they're at 30 or 40% gross profit. I run your numbers, then you are only maybe at 20%. And so this can be very discouraging. We want to be excited that we did an awesome job for the customer and we're taking care of our family, growing our business. There's money left over to invest in going to conferences and further educating ourselves and clarity with our finances. If you want a copy of, please comment below. I have a totally free, risk-free school community that I put all kind of training, templates, any swipe files just to make your business easier for you, helping with your back-end office. We have so many hats to wear, and so I want to take off some of those hats for you. This is called the Roofer's Playbook. Let's say that we're ABC Roofing Company. Our yearly revenue is $500,000, so our monthly revenue would be around $42,000 by 12 months, and then you will get $42,000. So on my handy dandy calculator here, we will even do that. And don't feel bad about having you a nice calculator. We're going to say $42,000. Now let's assume we're doing 2 jobs per week, 8 jobs per month. And at 2 jobs per week, and I'm very conservative, maybe you're doing 4 jobs a week. 2 jobs per week times 52 weeks, we're doing 104 jobs per year. I have a roofing contractor that's between 4 and 5 million. So he does 288 jobs a year, 24 jobs that he is doing a month. We got the call in from the customer. We went out to the roof, to the customer's home. We took a look at the roof. We measured it, any repairs that we have to do on the roof. We've got all of this together, or maybe we did it on inside AccuLinks or job numbers, or whatever the way that you calculate our roof, okay? And old school, we ran a roofing company. I answered the phone, customers called us, and a lot of our business was word of mouth. So we saved a good bit of money on advertising. So he would bring back the numbers and then I would run this. So this is how I got into all of this, if you're wondering. But the cost of goods is our direct cost to do a job and receive 50% gross profit and minimum 10% net profit. I know that if a company, from looking at so many books and doing bookkeeping, we need to hit this 50% gross profit to make sure that we cover all the expenses that the business incurs. We estimate the price for this job, just say it was $10,000 average maybe of a a small roof, a 30 square roof. Okay, so we have the price we're going to give the customer. We're thinking about giving them at least is $10,000. That's typically what we've been bidding on jobs, and that's what's in our heads. And so our materials get 30%, which it is for most jobs. So our cost is $3,000. Our employee labor, we subcontract most of our jobs out, but we do have a couple employees that go and run the magnet or clean up the ground. We ran short, square shingles, that kind of thing, because that happens every day, okay? And then we have our subcontractors, say they're charging us 30%, and that's another $3,000. And then we have to get permits for the job. We don't want to get red tagged and have our roofing job stopped. And we want to keep up our reputation and keep up with our brand. But don't feel bad if that's ever happened to you, because my husband, he used to hate to get permits, and so that's not fun at all. And then also we're going to have a dumpster to put the shingles. Now we had a dump truck, and so we had to keep up. We bought it, cost money. We had to keep up with repairs. We had to pay for gas, for the dump fee at the dump site. Say you're renting a dumpster, a 30-yard dumpster, 20-yard dumpster, and it's costing you $500. Now, I want to bring your attention, though, to some cost of goods that are optional. You can design your cost of goods and your gross profit to how your business runs and what you would like to see. Now, I have some roofers that do want their Google ads because they're spending a lot of money, like $40,000 a month on Google ads to get their calls and their leads coming in. So they do want this over here with our direct cost to the job. And for an example, if you're paying Google $2,000 a month, $2,000 a month divided by 8 jobs, because that's our goal, then that would cost us $250 on this job. Salesman commission, some people do want the salesman commission part of this. I like the salesman commission over here because it is part of the job cost, okay? If you're paying 10% on this job, it would be $1,000. But I want to warn you ahead of time with that. When you hire a salesman, whether it's employee or whether it's a contractor, 1099, especially with the 1099, the first thing you want to do before you even give them a job, when you're sitting down talking to them, hey dude, send me your W-9 so I have that on file, so when the next job comes up, I'll give you a call. But you want their W-9, so you have their name, their address, their federal ID number, or their social security number, because we need this to be in compliance with the law. We're going to collect the deposit, if it's a 50% deposit from the customer, and then we would pay him 10% of what the net profit would be on the job. Now, some people do pay 10% on the actual $10,000, but for me, in running these numbers, I really like paying that on the gross amount. We're going to have to pay fuel, $500 a month divided by 8 jobs once again. So it's $63 for this job. Home Depot, this is where some of the money just magically disappears at. We need something from Home Depot, so it's something for the truck. It could be something for that job that you're doing. It could be something for the office. It could be 100 different things. But we end up spending, you spend $500 a month on Home Depot, 8 jobs, another $63. But all of this to make it perfectly easy for you in QuickBooks Online. We track all of this. We show all the percentages of all of these things. We do all the heavy lifting for you when we're doing your bookkeeping and we're doing your job costing, which includes your accounts payable, your payroll, everything that you have going on in your roofing company. And what we look at is the job that you've done, the past of what you're making. Then I'm also looking at what you can make in the future, what we need to change in the future, how much we need to go up on our prices, where our break-even point is, or where our 10% profit is. So don't be in despair. Whatever your numbers are, they do not matter. we can move forward in doing what we need to do and make a profit and have a very profitable roofing company, okay? So now when we add up all of these costs, there was some food and drinks there too, especially in the summertime. We would be carrying Gatorade and ice and water and things like that out to our job sites because we want to take care of our contractors and our employees. Our total direct expenses, when we add up all of these things, cost us $7,300. Our job that we're giving the customer a quote of $10,000. So you're saying $10,000 minus $7,300. Hey, I'm making $2,700 on this job. So therefore, I'm at 27% gross profit, okay? That's so and it's not so. Anything that goes wrong on this job or any additional expenses on this job, there is no variance here. So this fuel is not over here. This Home Depot is not over here. The food and drink, Google, salesman, none of that stuff is over here. The 100 gross profit, not real profit. That is what you could be making on that job if everything went perfectly fine, which we know as contractors, things don't go perfectly fine. Our gross margin, $10,000 divided by our gross profit. This is our gross profit, $2,700 into $10,000 gives us 27%. We want this to be 50% to ensure we are making a profit after all of our expenses it takes to operate our roofing business. Okay. Now let's say our operating expenses are $10,000 a month. We're doing 8 jobs per month. So we can always change these numbers. Okay, so 10,000 divided by 8 jobs, that does equal $1,250 per job that it costs us to do that job. So we can take our gross profit, $2,700, and our overhead minus $1,250. So our potential net profit, if the job goes perfect, gross profit minus expenses is $1,450. If we made $1,450, all these numbers were constant, then it would be 8 jobs that we did per month. Our net profit then, 450 times 8 would be $11,600 per month. Okay? And then 11,600 divided by 80,000. I did 80,000 because we're basing each job on $10,000. So 10,000 times 8 jobs is 80,000. So 11,600 divided by 80,000 gives you a 14% net profit, which is great. You keep your advertising down, you keep your overhead costs really low. In our next video, I'm going to be going over like all of our overhead, and then you can figure out how much your overhead is per month and then divided by 8 jobs so you know exactly how much to add in for your overhead. You want to see this on a profit and loss statement. I will be teaching you how to read that profit and loss and how you can change your business and transform your business. But today I wanted any jobs you have going, you can go back and do your calculations here. And any future jobs, this 10,000 jobs, you just mark it up another $2,000. And then that would give you another $2,000 profit on top of this $1,450. And that is a far more comfortable number. But you have to, whatever area of the country that you're in and your competition, you don't have to be the lowest price in roofing. We built our whole roofing business on word of mouth. And we were not the cheapest and we lost a lot of jobs, but the jobs we did, we made really good money on. So we could do one job and make the profit that another roofer had to do 2 or 3 jobs on. It is my mission this year in 2025 to help 500 roofing contractors and specialty contractors get to 10% to 20% net profit. I have a lot of resources for you. I know money can be an object sometimes in your investment in your roofing company. I have our school community that is for contractors, and it is totally free over there. I upload videos. I'll come in and answer questions about your particular roofing company. And then also I have template resources that you can just swipe. You can just punch in these numbers and you'll get your number. And then I also have a complete QuickBooks Online course. Anytime you need any help, please do reach out. Free roofing clarity calls. If you want to see where you are, what your next step is, I am more than happy to help you if you do need help. I am here and committed to help you in your roofing business. Thank you so much, and I enjoyed spending time with you. And if you know any other contractors that need content like I have in my video, I would really appreciate it if you would share it with them so we can help them grow their business as well. So thank you, and I'll talk to you next time.